Hi, my name is Kathia Bagana, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my responses to two commonly asked questions in job interviews. Question number 1. Tell me about your experience at Soma Intimates. I've been working for Soma for 3.5 years, and prior to that, I've been in color overall for almost 11 years. I would say my experience at Soma is basically a rounding off of the experience that I've had from the previous 2 positions prior to this one. And by that I mean, in my first position in color, I worked for a smaller company, and I was basically in charge of all the prints, all the color approvals for prints, and that I relied heavily or focused a lot on the process of developing those strike-offs and not necessarily so much on the production end. However, in my second position with VF Corporation, I worked only with solids, and I relied or focused heavily on the production end. VF Corporation is a huge company and was placing very large unit orders, and so it was very important that not only color was executable, but that it could be consistent throughout production. And so that was very challenging for me, and it was very exciting because it meant that I had to pay attention and I had to really focus and communicate to make sure that things were done correctly. A mistake of that magnitude in a large order could be very costly. We wouldn't want to re-dye fabrics or have to write anything off. So that was very educational for me, and when I came to Soma, I basically put those 2 positions together and then added a little bit more spice to it, because at Soma we focus on floor set color stories, which means pretty much everything on the floor matches to something else. There's a color palette for that particular month, and things need to match one another, and things and components within a garment need to match one another. And so that was actually one of my biggest learnings in this position. Because I had, if you take a look at a bra, I don't think anybody that wears one has ever really taken the time to notice exactly how many components there are in one, and I am the person that's in charge of making sure that it kind of matches each other. So, yeah, my experience at Soma has been a well-rounded one, and also it has taught me to communicate. I already was strong in my communication in my previous positions, but I feel that at Soma, it really forced me to not only communicate with my team members better, because everything affects each other. In VF Corporation, I was kind of a little bit in a bubble, and I was the only person approving things that were being manufactured in Central and South America. But for Soma, for example, I am the buck stops here as far as color approvals are concerned, but there's so many other variables to consider, and so it's very important for me to have the lines of communication open with other cross-functional teams such as product development and the production teams. So that overall is, I think, in a nutshell, my experience at Soma. I could probably go on and on. My experience has been a positive one, and I do really appreciate all that I've learned so far, and I'm really eager to learn more.